Hello everyone, welcome to Japan Spirit. I'm Kawatani Takashi.
And I'm Italia. To continue on the 2017 theme of intercultural business communication, we would like to look at the secret of work with Japanese. Since our program is in English and covers Japanese work culture, we believe there are viewers who are studying, have studied in Japan or overseas toward your goal of living and working in Japan. Or some of you may be already working at Japan companies in Japan or overseas.
Okay, right. So you're also working here in Japan and Indonesia with the Japanese companies. So I believe for any foreigners, initial few years must be not as easy. Can you recall some of your initial challenges, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, that's true. Before I moved to Japan, I've been working in Japanese company back in Indonesia. But overall, I'm happy to work there with the new experience. But some of things that new for me, like when come to work,
Right.
there's working hours, long working hours that I don't really understand because my boss working such long hours until 11 or 12 midnight, and then I'm just the subordinate. And what should I do about that? Because I have to go home in a regular time, but I have such a guilty feeling if I leave early.
Yeah, that's a very common, valid guilt consciousness.
Yes.
And I think it's not very fair for anyone to make you feel like that. Did you try something? Because they can work till late because they're expatriate.
Exactly, they're like managerial level.
So
for me, I don't know what to do at first because that's my first time, my first experience working. And then I come toward, I knocking my boss door, and I said like, I'm really sorry. I've been doing this, following you, and then at the end of the night, you always said like, go home first. But I don't know if there's like the real instruction or not. I don't know. But I said like, to be honest, is that okay if I work and then go home in a regular time? And they were like, of course. And then they teach me how to allow myself go, say something in Japanese like osaki ni shitsure shimasu.
Okay, well, we need a lot of time to show you the solutions to it. It's a very big question. Okay, number two, second question, second challenge.
Another thing is about relationship in that.
What kind?
I mean, there's a kohai and senpai. Kohai and senpai meaning junior and senior.
Right.
So senior is really, they got respected by junior. Like sometimes it can be excessive. It's not for everybody.
Senpai kohai concept is not common in overseas, Indonesia?
Not always, not really, not always, but some they do that. But if it's related to the job, then it might be good because we junior will follow the instruction of the senior. But if it's come to like after working hours, you have to have this maybe drinking party. You have to go somewhere, gather around and chat. And you know, sometimes you just want to go home.
Senpai behave like senpai even after work.
Yes.
That was your problem, right?
Yes.
What do they do, for example?
Yeah, they ask us to go with them, go drink, and they talk, and they do some stuff, some things.
Some monopolize conversation or demand, listening.
And then that's not really fun after work,
of course.
I think.
Okay, they have your one more.
Oh yeah, I have one more that I noticed is about endless meetings.
Oh, endless meetings.
Like, it's always meeting every day, but it's not really necessary to do that because they don't decide things quickly. That's why they talk all the time in the meeting, the same thing. Sometimes.
Okay, those are the unfortunately the common question that we sometimes hear from foreigners working with the Japanese for the first few years. So, do we have a list of those typical challenges?
Oh. Okay, why don't we start with the list of typical challenges of a foreigner when they work with Japanese supervisors?
Okay, those are the typical challenges from my consulting experiences globally. And here's a list of typical challenges. And I'd like to do this in a role play manner a little bit to help you visualize the actual conversation that might be taking place. Okay, managing co-work with Japanese managers. And first one, would you read the first one?
It's insufficient feedback.
Okay, so here's the conversation.
All right. Good morning. Here's the report you requested.
Okay, thank you very much. The report looks okay. Thank you.
I'd appreciate your feedback to align my work with your plan.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. The plan you put together is okay, but if you adjust this part, it'll help the reader much better, because certain information they would appreciate more to be included. Okay.
I see.
So that was a feedback. In Japanese culture, we don't have this custom of verbal feedback about the work done. So this confuses some people. Second one?
And the second one, unsure of their vision and goals.
Okay. Here again, like we may have discussed previously, because work is work we do cooperatively, and the leaders therefore are not trained to give verbal feedback, vision and goal in public. So this kind of situation can happen.
Okay. Excuse me, Kawatani-san.
Yes.
I want to make sure if I'm following the right direction.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, the direction is still not fixed, because I'm trying not to define our goals so rigidly to prepare for the unexpected. That can happen anytime. If we decided so clearly now, we may be very rigid in adjusting to the situation. Does that help?
I'll figure it out.
Okay. But even a little help makes a little difference, rather than saying nothing like before. I think.
That's true.
Okay. The third one.
Things don't get decided quickly.
Okay. In your example, you just said that.
Indonesian partner is sending me several reminders of our progress. Is there anything that getting in the way?
Yes, we are not responding quickly to Indonesian side, because the Indonesian Business Association in Tokyo is complaining because they cannot get the facts right from the Indonesian regulation in Indonesian side. So even we cannot respond so responsibly. Can you send email that to Indonesia?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is about. Can you read that?
Okay.
Please?
Responsibility is not clear.
Here again, the defining responsibility. If you define responsibility too clearly, it might stifle the initiative, the voluntary action, which we value so much. Okay, here's a case.
Okay. I'm sorry, last time I was too eager to help.
It's okay, because you wanted to help simply, and you were not sure to what extent you were supposed to do, right?
For this work, am I working according to your expectation?
I hope so. Okay, my expectation, you're asking me, thank you for asking, is for you to find, let's say, 3 potential Japanese investors, in Indonesia. 3 Japanese potential investors who are eager to go to Indonesia. Okay, up to that point. After you find the potentials, then you do it alone, okay? And after you find them, we work together to narrow them down to one real customer. Is that clear? Does that help?
It helps.
Give you the scope of your job, right?
Yes.
Responsibility. All right. Now the last one is about information.
Okay,
Can you read
it's
that?
about lack of information sharing.
Okay. Information sharing. It does not mean that we Japanese people like to hide information, of course, because information is something that you're supposed to voluntarily find and get. And because we're working together, right, cooperatively, right, we sort of know what's in our mind. Yeah. So this kind of thing can happen. This case can happen.
Because I'm not involved in some Japanese meeting, sometimes I may not get the whole picture you have. if I can know more, I could be helped more.
Oh, I see. That's nice to have more help. Good. I have, you mean you don't get involved in a Japanese speaking meeting, right?
Yes.
Because of the language problem. Okay. I have a brilliant idea to solve your problem perfectly. Can I put you to an intensive Japanese business language session so you speak perfect Japanese? Then you have no problem information sharing.
That will work.
Then you do some work, I don't have to do anything. Is that okay? Okay, so those are the 5,
I see.
unfortunately, common voices we hear from those non-Japanese people working with the Japanese.
Now we are in Shibuya in Ohara Matsuri. Ohara Matsuri is a dance festival originally come from Kagoshima. And it takes place in Shibuya in front of Hachiko in Shibuya Station. And the parade is gonna be from behind me, Dogenzaka Street, and goes a long way to Bunkamura Street. In the middle of the festival, actually contain of 20,000 dancers, and now in Shibuya I think it's about 50 dance teams who perform. Usually they dance to a music, it's a local music, folk music known as Hanyabushi and Oharabushi, and with the intense taiko drums. Wow, Shibuya looks so different with the usual. Every time people come here just for hangout or shopping, but now they come here to watch this traditional dancing. And for me, it's really refreshing because all we think about Shibuya is modern. And now we can hear the music and it brings us to some kind of traditional vibe. どういうお料理ですか？
鹿児島の昔からあるそのおはら節とか、それとなんかこの渋谷の踊りと交互にずっと踊ってパレードするみたいな。
Where you come from?
Germany. Yeah, both from Germany. We just crashed in. So yeah, we went to the Shibuya crossing and we saw it's so beautiful. So we have to see it. Yeah. So we also have parades in Germany as well, of course, but it's totally different. So
what's the difference?
Because they're all dancing and they're all dancing the same. So in our parades, it's more like just walking, maybe greeting or something, but not like everybody dance together like this. So yeah.
So far, do you enjoy it?
Yeah, really enjoy it. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a great chance to see the traditional art forms of Japan. Friends.
Well, this is my sister, my big sister.
Oh, nice. So how do you enjoy this?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. There is a lot of kimono, beautiful, really a rich tradition, and we discovered that. It's really, really great.
How do you know this event?
We work, and yesterday, and a woman gave us a magazine and told us that there is a beautiful festival tomorrow, so keep to see that.
Italia.
Barcelona.
Barcelona as well.
Napoli, Salerno.
No, we are studying here.
You stay here?
Yeah, Japanese.
Yeah, we're studying Japanese here.
日本語を勉強します。
So, anyways, how do you know this event?
We looked for it by internet.
鹿児島市です。鹿児島の昔からの伝統芸能として非常に盛んに皆さんが歌ったり踊ったりしてきていただいたので、私たちもそれをつないでいきたいと一生懸命頑張っております。やはり西郷さんとか島津さんを頭に入れながら、いろんな鹿児島市内の昔から珍しく呼ばれていた土地を思いながら一生懸命踊っております。
なんでしょう、故郷を思い出す
懐かしい音楽。マゲ剥がれちゃいました。お花節ってどんなものですか？いやー、もう体に染みついた。染みついてるから。染みついてるけど練習しないと。でもなんか流れると、はい、
自然と体が。
自然と。でも1番しか歌えませんけどね。
Here's the thing we covered last time. Using this photo, I mean a graphic, as you can see, the same responsibility, but different area of feeling involved and responsible. The feeling area is wider than the other ones. So because the work is done cooperatively, there's a less need for feedback, vision and goals. And responsibility is it is more or less shared. Therefore, information sharing is done to some extent already. Mm-hmm. So it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you get used to it, it's very easy to work together because you know each other so well, right? Okay, moving on to this. Let's summarize the common misperceptions or misunderstandings, if I may, for initial few years, at least, about Japanese work culture. So don't be surprised by this long list of misperceptions. Ita-san, would you read them, please?
Sure. It's vague, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, illogical, shy, leadership not feasible, detail, work long hours, and look not passionate.
Okay, thank you very much for bombarding us with reasons not to work for the Japanese people. What do you think? This long list is...
Might be true.
Maybe true. Okay.
I'm not sure. Please explain.
Okay. This is kind of oh my God kind of Japanese behaviors. But our purpose is not to discourage people from taking a job.
Yes,
right?
It's a misperception.
It's a misperception. So our job is to correct them as much as we can. Okay, vague is why Japanese can be vague is thinking holistically, not just linearly, like digitally, you know. So we cannot be so clear cut, right? Uncertain is because the only constant in life, in our world, is change. So things are unpredictable. It's easy to do what you call strategic planning, you know, like consultants do. But in reality, things cannot be so clear. I'm sure Asian people can associate with this kind of a concept. Complex is working with multiple stakeholders. Yeah, that's why when we say one thing, we have to check with other people what they are thinking, not just my voice, right? Ambiguous, the way we talk. Would you read that?
Seeing multiple sides of a thing.
Yes, we're working with multiple stakeholders, right? Therefore, our meaning cannot be defined just by one person. There are many sides of one thing to a thing. Illogical?
Logic alone does not make one convinced.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
Logic and what?
Logic.
For you to feel very convinced and agreeable, what do you need other than logic?
Reason.
Reason is logic.
Reason or logic?
Okay.
Can you give me an idea?
Personality or something, huh? Okay, in Japan we say, 論より証拠.
What is that?
Long is logic. Shoko is fact. Okay?
Flat?
No, fact.
Oh, fact.
Data, the fact. What you see, what you hear, what you taste, you know. Logic, we say, your explanation is very logical. And most Western people will be convinced and impressed by your logical presentation. Then I buy from you. I deal with you, right? Because your logic is very reasonable. But in Japanese mind, if your logic is too beautiful, if your presentation is too logical, we feel uneasy. We feel dangerous because things cannot be so logical. Maybe this guy is trying to make up a story, hide illogical.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, too good to be true. That's right. So we say ron yori shoko, more facts we want to see before logic. You know, logic is important, but not just logic, but actual realities of a thing. You know, shy.
Right. Shy, giving ideas time to grow.
Right. They look shy. They look shy sometimes, but we are just giving, so we don't say so confidently about our opinion, right? But it's not shy or lack of confidence. We're giving ideas, examining ideas carefully. So we don't say so confidently until we are completely, perfectly confident about an idea. So we don't say much. And some people may get it wrong. Oh, he is so shy. We have more confidence. You know, we have confidence, but not until we're waiting until it become definitely confident. Okay.
And then leadership not visible.
Okay, because too visible leader stifles or discourages participation, but interaction. Detail.
Believe next process is customer. What does it mean?
Of course, for example, we're working together. I do my job. I give my job to you because you are my partner. You want to receive a perfect job from me, so that your job goes very well. If I give you an imperfect job, it troubles you. You have to do extra job. You have to come back to me. Hey, Kawatani-san, where is this and that? So next process is I treat you, my co-worker, as if you are my customer. So I want to give you as good a job as I can to help your job go smoothly. You know, it is like that, right? The next one, the one you like.
Work long hours.
That's
okay,
right.
it's because simply want to do a good job.
Good job. Yeah. When I went to Ho Chi Minh Airport the other day, I saw a big signboard at the airport. It said Shokunin. Simply obsessed with perfection. Shokunin, meister, craftsman, you know, like artist or whatever. So simply want to do a good job, let them work long hours. If you are done, then you go home. They are not just done, all right? Okay, last one. This is very interesting.
Look not passionate, meaning constantly aiming higher.
Yeah, this is something I was told by someone. You know, she's working for a Japanese company, right? And she looked around the office, and some Japanese workers don't look so excited and passionate. They just look very calm all the time, because inside their heart, they're constantly looking higher, aiming higher. So one job is done, still not happy. One job is done, still not happy. That's why the emotion does not show in their face. Wow. But some people, this is a real voice I heard. Right? She got it wrong. They don't look passionate. Passion comes maybe after big success, maybe.
Wow.
Normal job, they don't show emotions. Okay, so I hope if you listen the logical explanations behind, it helps a little bit, I hope. And the Japanese people also must work harder, of course, not to give this kind of impression. So who is, before we're wrapping up, who is going to get a job or liked in Japanese company, given those very unique cultural background? Looks like no one is going to.
Yes, no, I don't think it's gonna.
No, that's not our purpose. So we want to encourage people. Okay. Who is likely to get a job in Japan? This is kind of a personality character fit to the Japanese corporate culture. Would you like to read this aloud to our viewers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, who is likely to get a job in Japan? First off, maybe sincere person.
Okay. Sincere person who does not hide their weaknesses. Don't mind showing the challenges honestly.
Genuine person, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Modest person?
Someone who does not boast of himself, herself too much. Boasting is not a Japanese culture. Yeah? Being proud quietly inside is, of course, everyone's virtues around the world. But to show it a bit too much does not make people comfortable.
Okay, and self-starter?
Self-starter, that's right. On the surface, you might get the impression that you're supposed to wait for the instructions from the boss, but actually we give instruction very vague. We want, the reason for that is we are waiting for the staff to come in and join together to help shape the goal job together, like a clay by children. Boss throw you a clay, and I'm waiting for you to put your hands into the clay to help together shape the beautiful shape. So we are actually waiting for starting person.
Right. Work cooperatively.
Okay, this is one of the highest value that any Japanese parents expect children to live. We use the word kyochosei, cooperativeness, cooperation. Parents want our child to grow to a person of kyochosei, someone who can work together with someone at school and, of course, at work.
And then last one, someone who stays.
That's right. How long? Well, I wish for anyone, at least please stay 5 years. 10 years ideally, 20 years, that's a dream. But while you're staying with Japanese company, try to learn as much as possible and contribute as much as possible. Then you make another move, right? I hope today's information helpful in any way to you because you're still working in Tokyo.
That's right. Now I have a little bit better understanding about the situation that I face every day.
Okay, glad to hear that, and I truly hope it helps our viewers too.
Until next time, goodbye.